Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner, a show dedicated to beginner-friendly tutorials, having runners showcase them, kind of explain a little bit about the basics of the games, try to help you get into speedrunning games. Tonight, we're going to be showcasing Monster Hunter Rise. Before we get into that, though, just a few quick reminders. Well, prize submissions are live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. If you are crafty or have a unique gaming prize that you would like to submit, you can go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Also, panel submissions and tournament submissions are live as well, and you can go to gamesdonequick.com again for more information on all of that. With that said, I will hand it over and let the runner introduce themselves.
Hello. My name is Jal Bagel. You guys may have seen me a couple times. I'm the guy that runs Monster Hunter. This is Monster Hunter Rise. So this is the game that came out after Monster Hunter World. It is for the Switch, PC, and now on Xbox and PlayStation. And I'm going to be showing you guys kind of a beginner route, a beginner tutorial for speedrunning this game. This is probably the most approachable Monster Hunter game. And so I'm going to kind of show you the basic information you need to know, the basic kind of like setup that you need to have, and then take you through a pretty easy beginner route, right? And this route is going to kind of just show you where you need to go, what you need to do, and how you need to move, what you need to collect to be able to finish a run. Because that's our goal today, is finishing. It's also going to be a great representation of like, I want to say like skill level to the game too, because I haven't played this game in probably a year and a half since I did a showcase of it at SGDQ 2022. So I think that was the last time I played the game. and then, of course, Church messages me. I was like, I have 2 weeks to make a tutorial. Let's do it. But no, we actually had a lot of this already kind of written down and routed out. I just wanted to update it because there's been a lot of advancements with this speedrun in the last 6 months, 8 months. And we'll talk about that more later. But I guess right now we can get started because I want to talk about just kind of like some basic info to the game and to what this route is and what this category is. Talk about some of the setup that we have to do, generic tech. There's a lot of like that we have to do right even before we start the speedrun. So if you're ready with the timer, we can start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So now it's exciting because I'm just going to talk for like the next 10 minutes. Like I said, this is a basic route, and it's not going to really teach you how to fight the monsters. A lot of the times we make tutorials for Monster Hunter games, we assume you know how to fight monsters, right? So I'm really going to be showing you how to route through the game, how to make decisions, where to go for those decisions, right? So that's really going to be one of the caveats to this tutorial, right? It's a routing tutorial, not necessarily a gameplay tutorial. This route also assumes that you're using a melee weapon. So there's 14 different weapons to the game. 3 of them are ranged. That's light bowgun, heavy bowgun, and bow. Not that they aren't viable for speedruns. I've done a speedrun with every single weapon, and all of them have been under 2 hours. I think all of them have been under an hour and a half, actually. So, you can run this game with any weapon with varying degrees of success. But the fastest weapon right now is light bowgun. World record just got set with that a couple days ago. 52 minutes. And that's real time. We don't even have in-game time, which is one of the points I was going to make. This is real time, not in-game time. This is also Magna Malo percent. So this is a low rank speedrun of the village progression to Monster Hunter Rise. And we're also using a subcategory called add-ons. Now, what are add-ons? Add-ons are a subsect of equipment that's added to the game that has to be, in particular to Rise, they have to be redeemed from this guy right here. His name's Senri the Mailman. And Senri's awesome. He's got a great smile and a cool little backpack. But this is add-on content right here. So everything that's under this label is legal for this speedrun category. And this includes a lot of stuff. There are 20 pages here, but the majority of it is actually just event quests. As you can see, the things that we care about are going to be on the last couple of pages here. Throughout Rise's life cycle, this was a live service game. It ended at the beginning of this year. They stopped updating the game because they're working on something bigger and better. Monster Hunter 6 Copium. So they added things to the game, more specifically item packs, as like, rewards for players like coming together and like achieving a new goal, or just like for the number of downloads, a lot of different things. There's also item packs for having the demo installed on your computer or on your console, which they're still available. You can always download the demos at any time, and just having the demo installed gives you access to the best item pack in the game. The two best item packs in the game. So the first one is the item pack demo player bonus. This gives us 5 trap tools, 5 mega demon drugs, so trap tools are used for trapping. Every single monster in this category can be trapped, which saves us an insane amount of time. And then the mega demon drugs is just an increase to our raw damage. It's huge. And we get 5 of those right off the bat. Then Sunbreak demo came out, and they're like, have another 15. So that actually gave us, before we had the Sunbreak demo, we actually had to route in how do we get more pitfall traps in no add-ons. But then once Sunbreak came out and they gave us this pack, they gave us enough traps to capture every monster. I think there's 18 trappable monsters in this category, and now we have 20 right here. So we have enough. And then, of course, 20 Mega Demon Drugs as well. You can also see it gives us an absurd amount of Mega Potions. And then there's other supply packs here, too. This one gives us Flash Bombs. This one gives us large barrel bombs and more Mega Demon Drugs. The list goes on. This is really important, actually. The Guild Provisions 1 Guild Provisions 1 gives 10 golden eggs. And that's going to be used for money because we don't farm for any money in the entire game, but we do use money, and it's these golden eggs right here. Just give it to us. More large barrel bombs here, more mega demon drugs. It goes on and on and on. Like demon powder, which stacks with demon drug, more attack for your fights. It's kind of insane just how much they give you, just as like for playing the game. Like, hey, thank you for playing the game. So those are all of the item packs in the game, and we're going to redeem all of them at once, right? There's this nice little accept all button that's faster than just going through to the ones that you need. And that's allowed in this category, the add-ons category. Another thing that was added with add-ons, which is very important, is this right here. Defender weapons, 14 types. If you played Monster Hunter World, when Iceborne came out, that's the DLC for that game, they introduced Guardian Armor and Defender weapons. It was to help you get through the low rank and high rank portions of the game so you could experience Master Rank as fast as possible. So they did the same thing with this game, but these actually fall off at low rank. They do not have really any use outside of low rank. So it's kind of a cool decision. So we have the Defender weapons, which these are very easy upgrades, very high damage, really consistent for a speedrun category. They also gave us the Guild Cross armor, which is an armor set that'll help us gather resources a lot better, which there are 3 gathering quests that we had to do, and we use the Guild Cross armor during that to make those faster, because you'll only get like 1 or 2 resources normally, but with Guild Cross that becomes like 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 even, depending on the gathering location. The last thing is the Black Belt armor. This gives an insane amount of damage skills, actually. They gave us a low rank version and a high rank version, and the high rank version is available from the very beginning of the game. And that high rank version is kind of crazy. Let me see if I can't find it here. High rank, black belt. Yeah, they're just gonna put this on really quick so I can show you the skills. Here we go. So these are all of my equipped skills. On the armor, we have attack boost level 4, which is awesome. And we get earplugs level 3, which is going to nullify the majority of the roars for us. And that just comes on this armor set. We're actually not going to end up using the waist. We'll use the Guild Cross waist instead, because that'll always let us gather more sleep herbs, which are very important for the run. But everything else is just going to give us attack boost, which is just crazy. So they gave us that. So all that stuff is legal for add-ons. The other thing that I wanted to mention, because it's going to come up on every single quest, is that there is an end timer in Monster Hunter games. When you finish your goal, there is 20 to 60 seconds at the end of the quest that you get to do stuff. Usually that's like there for, gathering resources, but this game is awesome and it lets you go back into the tent. So during that time, a lot of the times we're going to be going back to the tent and managing our hunter, managing the Palamutes, our two dog friends here. my two very goofy looking dog friends here. You'll restock on items, make changes to our loadout, everything. It's going to give us a bunch of time to do this because dogs are actually really important, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But yeah, so that's add-on content and just kind of like some of the basic information that I wanted to touch on before we actually started doing this. And then now, before we even go further, I wanted to talk about just some generic tech to the game, starting with wire bugs. Because not all wire bug movement is built the same. Some wire bug movement is better than other wire bug movement, and knowing the differences actually really helps with, you know, your routing and decision making. So with Monster Hunter Rise, we get, you know, a lot of really cool things. We get this cool little blue bug called the wire bug, and it gives us a lot of verticality, a lot of movement. We can do a lot of things with this. We can also run on walls. We can hang on the bug. We can jump off of the bug. We can go even higher, right? And so this movement actually gives us a lot of different things that we can do in the game and a lot of movement to the routing, right? This opens up a lot of things for us because normally, you know, we just move around to the dog because the dog's really fast. But if we have to climb or go up things, wire bugs are obviously better. So to talk about wire bugs, we need to talk about the different movements, right? Holding L2 and then hitting triangle or circle will do wire bug movements. L2 is your wire bug toggle. While you're standing on the ground, L2 and triangle, I'm going to talk like it's a PlayStation controller, so top button is going to send you horizontally up in the air. That one's height. Versus L2 on the ground, and circle is distance. Now, once you go into the air, those are the exact opposite of each other. When you're in the air, triangle is distance, and then circle is actually descending verticality, right? It's actually going to send us downwards, which is very interesting. We don't really use that one too much. So those are like the quick kind of movements. You can also see how quickly the wire bug comes back. They're on a cooldown, so it is a resource that we have to manage. And so the majority of the time, we're going to be using these controls instead because our wire bug. Hello, thank you, geometry. Our wire bug comes back so much faster. But we do have a third wire bug movement. It is the aimed wire bug. Oh man, I wanted to be up there. But we can actually aim, and where we're pointing at that reticle, we can hit R2 like it's telling us to do, and that's where we go. But the problem about this one is that it lasts, it goes on in a very long cooldown. So we don't want to use that one too often unless we know we're going to be ending our like climbing movement, and we can kind of get away with that. But we'll generally use that only for height while we're already in the air, because we can't gain height any other way. And so you can see how much slower it actually comes back. Hanging. When we jump off and we're in the air, we can press circle to hang. And then even from circle, you can dodge and continue going. And then also after any wire bug movement, you can hit X, the dodge button, and just do an aerial dodge. You can't dodge and hang, not in that order. You can hang and then dodge. And so we can actually use the hanging animation to get a little bit more forward momentum or a little bit more forward distance. And I'd use that in a couple of different spots just to, you know, make gaps just to get on top of like a rock or something like that, which you'll see that come up. Do I have bombs on me so I can talk about bomb throws? I can. Okay. So something I'm not going to show off in the run, but is something that does exist, is that in this game, you can throw items. And one of the items that you can throw is a bomb. So while you're in the air, you just throw a bomb straight down. If I can later and my internet will allow me to, and it doesn't crash the stream, fingers crossed, I'm going to show off what other runners have done with bomb throwing and trapping. It's absolutely insane. But that's just something that you can do. There's also a difference between dropping an item, which is just standing still, and pressing, you know, your use item, in this case, square, or aiming with L2 with the wire bug and throwing it. Throwing it is actually faster. So here's us trying to do 2 on the ground, and then here's us throwing 2. Just a little bit faster, and throwing's a little bit better because you can control like where you're actually aiming it. And that, I mean, all this stuff, I bring it up just because it comes up in the game. The last thing that we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about it later, is fanfare skip. if you've ever watched individual level speedruns, you'll always see them hang on their wire bug at the end of a quest, and that's to skip out the fanfare. So when I say fanfare, I mean this right here. This is the quest fanfare. It takes a lot of time, and like I said, we're using real time, so we want to cut out as much unnecessary animations and times as we can. We can skip that by returning to the camp as that animation starts. It's actually kind of funny. But that's fanfare skip, and I think there's 1 or 2 moments in the tutorial that I can actually do it so you guys can see it. Because the majority of this I'm going to be going a little bit slower, so we can talk about what's happening, what changes we're making, and what things we're doing before, just instead of just like trying to go fast, right? We don't want to go fast. So and aiming the trank bombs, you can do that with actually any like thrown or used item. Flashes, it works really well with, because you can throw the flash in front of the monster instead of just like at your feet. Fun fact, which I use on occasion here, but not really too much. So cool. Let's return to the title really quick, and then we can kind of get started. Yeah. So a couple of items to talk about first before we get started. If you want to make sure you have all the item packs, you have to be on the latest patch. Also for speedrunning in general, RTA you always have to be on the latest patch. We don't allow down patching at this time. But if you're on the latest patch, you also get to all the add-ons are downloaded for you. Before starting your run, we have some options that we want to change. The very first thing is in save data. You want to turn autosave from on to off. Not saving is faster than saving. If you're still just learning and you want it to save after every hunt, you can do this. But I just turn it off. Let's just turn that off. Save time now. Technically speaking, the fastest language to run this game in is Japanese. I can't read this, and I'm still derusting, and I want to be able to like show you guys the menu options, and we go through the menus together so we could do this together. So we're going to do this in English, but Japanese is the fastest language. Actually, it's the fastest text smashing, because there's no like required dialogue to listen to in this game. That also being said, uncapping your frame rate, which I have it uncapped right now because I'm still trying to test this out. We're going to talk about uncapped frame rate in this game too. Uncapping your frame rate makes your text smashing faster. So since we're running in English, I want it to be a little bit faster. We're just gonna uncap it and be good. We're gonna make it sound like the Monster Hunter language, the absolute best language to speedrun in this game in. Smile. Or play it casually in. I love the Monster Hunter language. It's Monster Hunter Simlish. It's awesome.
That's actually sick.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's if you ever want to look more into it, I won't dwell on this too long, but Gaijin Hunter makes a really cool video back in Monster Hunter 3U and 4U talking about how they make the Monster Hunter language. You should go watch that. Anyways, key quests. The way this game progresses is unlike World. The World has a very rigid form of progression where you just do hunt after hunt after hunt after hunt, and the story progresses. In this game, it brings back an older mechanic called key quests. And key quests are essentially a collection of quests that you have to finish them. And you can finish them in any order to progress the story. Then you get an urgent quest, right? But this game is really cool in that you don't need to do all of the key quests. There could be 5 key quests, you only have to do 4 of them. There could be 6 key quests, you only have to do 5 of them. So we actually get to choose which monsters we fight and in what order. And that actually plays a huge impact on this because of the change to elemental damage that the Palamutes deal. It's huge. The moment that they changed that, the moment that patch came out and that adjustment came, 2 minutes saved instantaneously. It was probably just like the one biggest change they made to this game that saved the most time. So we actually route it so we can change the Palamutes weapons to the right elemental matchup, which we're only going to make 2 elements, fire and water. So they have better kind of like setups. And then, we just do them in that order instead. I think that's kind of all of the information. So yes, like knowing your route, like knowing which quests you're going to do and in what order helps. So like, obviously having splits up is going to help that. I have notes that I'm going to be looking back to constantly. That's why I'm looking this way, by the way. because I am looking at my notes. Yeah, and then so just the last thing too, make sure that you have the Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak demo installed. That'll give you both of the item packs in the game. Those are the only ones you have to download something extra to get all the item packs, and those are the ones that matter the most because they give us the pitfall traps. Very, very important. So to do this, I figured the best way to do it is just sort of go through and do a run. That's actually a really good question, Cheesecake. This is not specific to PC. This can be done on any version with varying levels of success, right? PC is obviously going to be the fastest because we have control over the settings, and depending on your machine, you'll get faster load times. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to remove load times right now, and we don't have an in-game timer, so we are still measuring this on real time. However, this game is very, very fast. Even on like PS5, the PS5 and Xbox Series S keep up with my computer, which is a year old or 2 years old at this point, which is kind of insane. So the only thing that doesn't really keep up, unfortunately, is the Switch speedrun, but consoles are all measured differently, right? There's a console record and then there is a PC record. So if you do it on a console, it is technically a different category, though I think they're all on the same leaderboard, but, you know, filter it down. SRC filtering. But this route can be done with any console. And then you need the full Sunbreak DLC or just demo okay and the add-on pack. I believe you can do this on current patch without owning this Sunbreak DLC. Sunbreak DLC only gave you access to like the Sunbreak content, but all of the game changes, so all of like the differences in the game changes and the adjustments, as well as the item packs, are all available even if you don't own Sunbreak. Don't quote me on that, but I'm like 80% positive. I know the demo ones you get, like demo item packs you get, which those are the most important, but I don't know about the other ones, which I think you don't need. I think there's like some Sunbreak ones that the game still gives you early on, but I don't think you need them later. All right, so yeah, let's get started, right? Because this is it takes about an hour. Like I'd say, like your first attempt, you should probably give yourself about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and take it slow, right? So we get to create our character first, and this game's character creator is awesome because, whoops, I hit the wrong button. You get to save presets. Which really makes speedrunning really, really nice. You can load, you know, a preset that you already have. I use Gal Bagel here because of the teal pompadour for my speedrun attempts because, well, it's a teal pompadour. Yeah, of course, Cheesecake. Thank you. Yeah, and if anyone else, if you guys have questions, if I say something that doesn't make any sense, or if you want clarification on something, please do ask questions. I meant to say that earlier. I don't think I did. I tend to talk fast, so I'll try to slow down. But yeah, so you get to pick a nice little loadout here, or you can just go through and customize your character. Time doesn't start until after all of this, which is really nice. So you have time to do this. So we are going to name this Gal Bagel, because that's usually what I name my speedrun files. The nice thing too is that the name length does not have any impact on speed time. So you can name it whatever you want. And then do I even have? Oh, I have abominations there. We're just gonna keep default dog. I'm not gonna click on the abominations. They look like they had fights with paint cans. We're just gonna go with Doge and Camped here. Those are my guys, Doge and Camped. And then the last thing here, time starts when you confirm here. So you're always gonna have to like write over a file instead of starting from a new one. So when you click here, it's gonna ask you, do you want to overwrite? When you click yes here, that's when time starts. So, and like I said, this isn't going to be a true speedrun, right? We're going to be taking this slow, and we're going to be, I'm going to be explaining things and going through all of this stuff with you and kind of talking about the movement and the choices. So definitely ask questions as we go. Especially because the beginning of this game has like a robust tutorial and we spend some time on it. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yay, the speedrun's happening. Right out the gate, it took us 2.5 years and hiring a modder to make cutscene skip mod, and they just gave that to us in Rise, and I will never forgive them. There we go. And right out the gate. So I should say mashing is achieved by alternating between X and circle. I actually just mash them with one finger, but one finger is on circle and the other one's kind of on X. So that's how I achieve mashing quickly. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can, like do every other finger, however you like mashing, do it that way. But really movement comes immediately after mashing. So whatever's like the closest to how you are holding your hands is the best. And then very early on here, we're going to get all these tutorials. Close these out quickly. It is B or circle, left, A. So B, left, A, B, left, A. Anytime you see one of those, it's going to be B, left, A. We're going to use our wire bug to get over here. I'm not really going to talk a lot about like the specific wire bug movement. I am going to talk about when I mess up. But we just got to go around and talk to everybody right now. There's nothing really... Oh, hey, look, I messed up. And I didn't get there. No, Yomugi's laughing at me. There's not really anything particularly important happening right now other than just go around and talk to everyone in this order. And the game tells you what order to. Dodging here so we land on the ground so we can do this input as fast as possible. Because we have to press A to get into here. And then talking to Hojo before talking to Utsushi here. Now, this is a really funny thing about this speedrun is that it forces you to do this. You have to take his picture. Oh, whoops. So on the quick menu, this is D-pad, left 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, and then you hit A. That is saved to your drive, so please, after like a week of attempts, go and delete these. I have thousands. Yeah, it's awful. There's also, because when we were doing this on Switch, the Switch speedrunners would just have hundreds of pictures of Utsushi. Oh. All right, so here's something that's really, really sweaty. From after we talked to Utsushi to walking out of the hub here, we actually want to change our menu. I actually haven't figured out how the heck to hold my controller here. So I'm just going to do this standing still, but we want to change some options before we go any further. So jumping into here, game settings, you want to change tutorial windows, do not display. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, we won't see any tutorial windows now, right? Wrong. You will still see tutorial windows. This just gets rid of half of them. Then down to controls, hold button settings. This is what skips cutscenes. This is what allows you to ride your Palamute. You want to change that from medium to short. Then wyvern riding, I like this on weapon sheath pressing B. You can do this however way you want. This is entirely preference. I like that one. And then we're going to go up here to the options button or the share button, whatever you want to call that, controls. We're going to change that to type 2, so when we press it, we can open the map as fast as possible. Optimally, you do that while walking here. I'm not good at it. But we're going to come back here. Wire bug, land right in front of Hinua and talk to her. She's going to give us a bird. So that's how you know she's the better twin. And you guys can name your Kahoot if you want. It's faster not to, obviously. But like, if you want to do like a funny thing and name it after someone in chat, you could always do that. I usually name the dog and cat after someone in chat. But now we are pretty much ready to go. This is going to pop up. You just want to hit X here. It's telling you about all the downloaded content that you have. And then you just talk to Hinua again. And we're going to set up our first quest. I want to point out something too. We're gonna launch this quest here. So that's just pressing X 3 times. This is how fast menuing can be done in this game. That's it. Menuing can be done insanely fast in this game. It is every 6 frames. I think I measured it out at 60 FPS. It's crazy. We're going to come and talk to Senri over here. You have to talk to him twice. And he's going to now give us all of our add-on content. So up 1, 2, click X. There's new add-on content. You're just going to hit Y and accept all. So talking about how fast menuing can be done.
That is done. So fast.
We're gonna turn right back around. That gave us all the defender weapons for every single weapon. And like I said earlier, we're gonna stick with melee. And we're going to use, I want to use switch axe. It's the one that I always use. But before we do that, we want to grab an item really quick here. So we are going to grab in our box some large barrel bombs. All of this stuff here, the game just gave it to us for free. All of it. So take in that. That's what the game wanted you to start out with, by the way. Hitting X here just to take 3. We're going to back out, manage equipment, and change our weapon. This is where you have to kind of understand what you want to be doing. I want to be using switch axe. So I'm just going to go right here, and it's always going to be the first option. The first option is always defender. Just click on that, head on out, and then now we can launch our quest. And launching quest R2X. You can do that within frames of each other. So we're actually going to do this quest a couple of times because I want to show some things off here. This is probably one of the more technical movement sections, and the beginning of this game is very, very menu heavy. If you've ever been around the Monster Hunter community, you've heard this game called Menu Hunter before, and it is exactly that. The very first Monster Hunter game to even rise right now is Menu Hunter. So really the actual hardest fight in this entire game is the menu. We have to set up a bunch of stuff during this quest. And so we're going to be trying to do it like while we're moving and then also at the end of it. So we're actually not going to finish this quest. I'm going to do it 2 times because I want to show you how you can practice it too, because this is one that's absolutely worth practicing. I'm going to do one slow so you can see all the things. And I'm going to do it like fast, like 2 or 3, one more or 2 more times. But, you know, we're just going to start out with just mashing through his text, a nice long wire bug along the ground, dodge over the river, and then just clear text with him. Now, after this, there is another tutorial window. We can buffer, because it takes about like a half a second for it to show up. We can buffer a wire bug movement before it shows up. Oh, I am facing the wrong way. And I think it was because I didn't mash fast enough, so my camera angle changed. But you can see we're already in the wire bug, and then you just close those. You're just gonna walk back right over here, and yo. So that's kind of where we wanted to be. Like I said, we're gonna do this faster again. Hang here, let it extend out. Triangle in the air, we get right here. Utsushi, oh my gosh, Utsushi, this is a language, is teaching us how to use the wire bug. So he wants us to use the wire bug again here. Once again, just get that input in. We want to go up, so that's triangle, R2 triangle. Clear out that menu right up top here. Now he's teaching us about buddies. He wants us to ride his dog Rumble. Just hold B, and we changed that setting earlier. A little optimization here, you don't have to worry about it, but you can jump kind of at the end of your dash, because at the end of your dash, you do slow down. That just gives you a little bit more forward momentum. So right here, more like sweaty menuing and moving at the same time, which I don't like to do. So at least not right now because I'm just so rusty. I'm just going to show you standing still. Start by learning it standing still. Once you have the movement down, like the menuing movement down, you can try doing this moving, which is infinitely easier on an Xbox controller. And this is what I'm using because I don't have an Xbox controller. But once again, we're just going to mash through this. Another tutorial shows up, and I'm just going to go ahead and open up my crafting list here. We're going to turn on the auto craft settings. So I'm hitting the sub menu, so that's square. Auto craft settings, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We want to auto craft tranks and shocks. Just want to have that on. We're going to come around the corner here. I didn't get it. The game wants you to press A in front of this guy. If you aren't stopped completely, you jump off the dog. We're going to buffer a dog slide here, another tutorial window, and we want to hover the barrel bombs on our item menu. We're just running to the next spot where Utsushi is, so we kind of do that a little blind because we're just switching to the barrels. This is a quick kill on these 3 Izuchi that I found out about yesterday, and I think this is so cool, and I practiced this for probably 3 hours, which I think is really cool, but we're going to jump off the dog and throw a bomb down. I hit 2 of them. You can't hit 3 of them here, though. So I'm going to do that a couple times. So I really want to show it off. Run to the left here a little bit. The triangle, you want to vault up, and we're going to grab this parachroom. Then after we have that, come right back down to Utsushi. Now he's telling us to open up our map and fast travel. So this is one of the settings that we changed. If we didn't change this, we'd have to hold the share button, the options button, select what you want to call it. But we changed it, so we just have to press it. So pressing it opens up the map, and the fast travel will always default to the main camp. This is how fast we can fast travel. Just open it and mash A. So the game wants us to talk to Usushi here to end the quest. I'm actually not going to do that. This is how you can do practice. So instead of talking to him, what would normally happen is we would talk to him, and then we'd go into the camp, and we have 60 seconds to just do a bunch of item management. But we want to practice that. So we're going to run past him and enter the camp. So the tent here is going to move our field items to the item box, but we don't want that. We want to put them back into our pouch. That's the parachutes that we picked up. So we're going to go item box, manage items, transfer items. We're going to first put away the potion here, R2. We're going to grab the golden eggs. Then you want these items in no particular order. So you want the golden eggs in that first slot there. Golden eggs we're going to sell for a bunch of money. But the rest of these items you can pick up in kind of any order. But we are going to want armor skins and mega demon drug, pitfalls and mega potions, these large barrel bombs, flashes, the parashrooms that we had just picked up, mega barrel bombs, hard shell powder, and demon powder. Seems like a lot, right? Because it kind of is. But if you want to practice this, you actually can. And you can practice it right here too, which is really nice. Because just hitting X, whoops, that was a button I didn't want. Just hitting X puts all this stuff away, right? So if you want to practice it, you can just practice it right here. There we go. We got it all. Oh, other than this in the wrong spot. But you can practice that kind of on your own too, right? And you can put all the stuff away and then try it again, put it all away, try it again. You can do it like that. You don't need the other eggs. You could honestly grab platinum eggs and be fine too, but these are a little bit closer to the menuing that you're already doing. And this is also remnants of the older route, because it was before we had the golden eggs before we had the platinum eggs. But you don't need them all. You just need one set, either the golden eggs or the platinum eggs. You can do either of them. After this, though, we want to equip the Guild Cross armor. So after we've transferred our items, we want to go back, so circle twice. And this game is very good about inputs. This game doesn't drop inputs. I'm playing on Bluetooth, by the way. This game loves inputs. It wants to receive every single one of them. So we're in here, right? So back, down, manage, right? That's how fast you can do all this stuff. We're going to change our equipment down one. You can just click on it. And then down here to Guild Cross, we want to wear the whole Guild Cross armor. Now, ideally, we can do all of that in under 60 seconds, so we can leave the camp. And then as the timer is running out, fast travel back here. And then that would give us fanfare skip. So now we're going to try to put all that together, and I'm going to do it again. We want to practice this, right? So the best way to do that is to abandon the quest here. This will put you back to the state that you were in before you launched this quest. It's a great way to practice. Abandon the quest. This is a great way to practice like your gathering quests, right? I love doing this. You abandon the quest like that. It will change my armor back. It'll make sure I don't have the parachutes that I picked up. My inventory will be back to the way it was. Great way to practice. Something else that you can get used to doing too is every time you come back to Komura, you're going to be back here, but you kind of want to be talking to Hinoa most times, so just fast travel to her. I love this game. And then now you can practice back to basics again. So I'm going to put it all together now and just kind of show you what it looks like going a little bit faster. The only thing that changes is you don't see the cutscene. So I'm just going to kind of string it all together so you can see it all in one nice speedy motion. And, you know, if you mess up something, that's okay. Right, roll with it. Ad lib is better than trying to get it perfect. Knowing how to recover from mistakes is better than just trying to be perfect every single time. So, you know, make mistakes. Try doing different things. You know, this game is really, really short. So it actually, you know, trying out different strategies and moving in different ways is, you know, a great way to like just learn and see what works best for you. And so you can kind of see how fast a lot of this will go by. That's the only thing that doesn't change was the menu there, which is okay. Just going to run up here. let go of every button, stop moving entirely, because I hate jumping off the dog. Buffer the drift. We're already over barrel bombs. Just want to go to the left here. Let's see if we can get these this time. Jump, jump. Got him.
Nice.
It's just so fun.
It looks
That's
so
a little less optimal, but it's a little bit easier to do. And then now we're going to try to string it all together. So we're going to talk to Sushi here, and we have 60 seconds to do our entire timer. So let's do it. We're going to walk up, talk to him really quick, enter the tent. All right, so you see the timer there. We want to do our fanfare skip. So right before it ends, fanfare skip. You see how much faster that is? And we don't watch those petting the dogs and stuff like that? Beautiful. That is how you want to do fanfare skip. Now, if you are not confident in getting that and you're like, man, I really don't want to try to push myself to do the menus fast. I just want to like work through this and, you know, just learn the menuing first and not worry about fanfare skip. Stay in the tent. You don't get fanfare in the tent. The fade out is a little bit slower. So that's perfectly fine. Now, when we come to quest rewards too, this is also very fast menuing. You're just going to press up XX or up AA, right? But only two. Up AA. When you get to this, you want to go right or left, whichever one you want to do, and then hit no. You want to make sure you don't save. Now, if you make a couple of mistakes, or like if you make a mistake and you accidentally save, whatever, you're going to lose a second or two. But this is something to get used to now that can really help clean up your runs and your time, because the split usually comes in the screen after this. So then you just hit no. And then that's usually when I would split. Cool. So that's our first quest. That's back to basics. They taught us how to play the game. You guys are all now experts at Monster Hunter Rise. So what better way to hone your skills than by doing gathering quests? What better way to get better at the game than do gathering? So this is also this is going to happen pretty much the majority of quests where we're just going to like instantly leave for a quest. So I just call it, you know, ready and depart, right? You just ready and depart. Can you press B? Oh, actually, I don't remember. Maybe you can. I'm really used to just world movement right now where I have to do left in that. So yeah, let's actually try that. I can't remember. But once again, just mash through, fast travel, right? That's opening the map and traveling to the steelworks. Fast travel is awesome. We're gonna come over here and talk to Hinawa, and now we're getting our first little taste of the key quests. So we can actually do these in any order. Village quests, 1 star, and you can see these ones with the red marker to the left of them. We have to do at least 2 of these. So it's really nice because the game lets us choose. Small monster quests are awful, and we try to avoid them like the plague, unless it's fight Lagombi, in which case we like small monster quests, and we do not want to fight Lagombi because Lagombi is evil. Small monster quests are technically faster than slaying large monsters, but gathering quests are still just infinitely better. So we have 2 quests here, Roly-Poly Lanterns and Fungal Frustrations. These are the 2 that we're going to do, and we're going to do Roly-Poly Lanterns first. And so we're now introducing gathering RNG into this, so the Guild Cross armor is going to help with that by increasing the number of resources that we gather from gathering points, and that includes these special resources like the lanterns, the fire lanterns that we have to grab. So I'm going to go through this once and show the route and the backup, and then I'm just going to do it again because there's actually you can get too good of RNG and get this in like 2 pickups, and then you just don't get to do the extra movement here, and so I won't be able to show you the whole thing. So I want to show you all of the fire lantern pickup locations and the backups, and then we're going to abandon and relaunch it. Because just like the other quests, we're gonna always have movement that we have to do during the end timer. So knowing what that is before we do it is better, you know. So we're just gonna launch this and then kind of do a dry run of it first. So just to show how quickly, once again, that this can be done. That's how quickly it was to get back into this quest, right? A couple of seconds. So now we're going to ride the dog. So holding B next to the dog means we get to ride it. And this is kind of the route that we want to take to get to the lanterns. We want to come up to this one first and grab this one. And we're going to go off the ledge here. And so I'm not grabbing them this time just because I don't want to complete this quest. I want to show you guys all of the things that we can grab. I want to grab that one. And this corner is a little weird. Sometimes you can get caught on the wall there. Like I said, just roll with the punches, see what works best for you. Optimal movement on the dog is very difficult to do because optimal dashing is very difficult to do. I usually do my dashes a little bit shorter because I'm a coward. We're going to go up here now. So jump with the dog, jump off the dog, R2, R2. And now we're going to hold to ride the dog again. You see how he comes up there. So usually the quest finishes by gathering the third one here, but there's a chance that it doesn't. But we would grab this and the quest timer would most likely start. We want to grab this Thunderbug. We'll grab it. And then actually, yeah, we just want to grab that Thunderbug and then we're going to do some menuing here. The faster strategies is to do that menuing when you're moving in other places. I don't like doing that. So this is definitely the better way to do this. Like after you grab that Thunderbug, we're going to set up some things. So the item pouch first, we're going to move the Thunderbug from our field pouch to our item pouch. So we keep it after this quest. Then we're going to go to the radial menu, quest, shortcut 1, and we're going to change this stuff. This quest, like this is very important to practice. The nice thing is that we only have to change 2 things. We want to change, you can change any of these. You don't need any of this stuff. So it's entirely dependent on preference. I just like to change this one to, we're going to change this to Trank. All, so you have to press it down so you craft all of them when you click this button. And crafting shock trap, all, or 1, because you can only carry 1 anyways. So we want to at least do that menuing. By that time, we're either going to be getting fanfare skip or we're fading out and then we're going to have fanfare. If either of those happens, that's okay. This quest, we don't have to return to the camp. It's just getting the most important thing is putting this Thunderbug in your inventory. If you just want to start with doing that and then setting up your radial menu when you get back to Komoda, that's perfectly fine too. Or you can do this before you grab your last lantern. Also perfectly fine. Both of those are perfectly legitimate options to doing this. I personally think, go for it and try to get this in before fanfare skip happens. Before the fanfare occurs, and then do it in Komodo when you get back there. This is also another version of fanfare if you just hang on the wire bug. Fun facts. You'll see a lot of IL speedrunners do that. All right, so let's put it all together this time. We're gonna do all of the steps this time. So jump here, jump over this. Quick turn off of that. So we got 3 there. So we just need 5 more. Now what's really funny is that we can finish it on this. The Thunderbugs that we gather are backups, by the way. You don't need Thunderbugs. Ooh, 6, so we just need 2 more. But having Thunderbugs really does make the speedrun a lot safer because you're only going to have 1 trap with you each quest. And so if you fail the trap with a pitfall, the shock trap is your backup. So you do want to be gathering Thunderbugs as you go. And the frozen, do not remember the name of the map, but the frozen one is probably the best place to do that. So yep, we missed it by 1 lantern, so we're going to grab this one. Oh, that's right, I forgot to show the backup. It's over here. So just some... Wait, did I forget where it was? Thought it was over here. Over here? Uh-oh. He forgot. People laugh. They're supposed to show up on the map, but I don't see any on the map. Are they? Oh, I'm trying to remember where it's at. I could have sworn it was over here. Is it not? Cross Island, thank you, Kyle. I know we came this way. Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay, I remember now. It's very far away. So we have to go all the way over here. Yeah, there it is. Dude Forgore. Yeah, okay, it's on this one. There it is. All right. So let's try that again. So I'm going to run it and show you guys with the backup. I'm going to skip that third one, and we're just going to go straight to the fourth one, assuming we missed it. If you also want to practice your menuing still, the other thing that you can do is change this to like something else, but you can actually still do this menuing just like in Kimura, right? Yeah, which this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I think that's different in the quest. We'll see. It felt different, but yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Back in the days before we had Guild Cross, we had to gather all of these roly-polies. Now with Guild Cross, it makes it so much easier. So 3 again. Jump over this. Oh, good. 0. Perfect. We'll have to most likely grab the third one. This is, like I said, this is very RNG heavy quest. It used to be a huge reset point, and I don't really think it is anymore. As long as you can get this in like 3, you're pretty good. I do not recommend when you're learning this game to be resetting here. This is not the thing you reset to. Or just don't reset at all. There's really no reason to in this game. We got very close. We got 4 there. So actually, we're going to fall off here. I'm going to show you another Thunderbug that you can grab is right here. So on your way over here, you can grab that one if you want. And you also want to be on your dog because it makes doing this a little bit faster. Like that, and then you're waiting for fanfare skip now. So we're just going to wait here for when the hourglass is almost gone. Just like that. Beautiful fanfare skip. And once again, collecting all that stuff really quick. The nice thing, too, is that the game is really nice and actually gives us parashrooms and sleep herbs. I didn't really talk about why we needed these. Those are going to make tranquilizers for us, which is part of trapping, right? We need 2 tranquilizers and a trap per capture. So that's going to be on every single monster. So we're going to be gathering those throughout the game. That quest gives parashrooms and give an absurd amount sometimes. There's another quest later that can give an absurd amount of sleep herbs. The game can sometimes be really nice or incredibly stingy. But you do kind of have to pay attention to if the game was nice to you. It usually is. It very often isn't. And then later in the run, for the last like 5 hunts, we can just buy tranks. So we don't have to worry about them then. So our next quest, this is gonna be fungal frustrations. Oh, this is interesting movement. So we're gonna ready the quest up, and then we're gonna do some town movement here. We have some things that we want to do first. We want to shop. We're gonna come over here to Kagido. Kagido's got things that we want. Most specifically, trap tools. And so this is really cool menuing that you can do. You're gonna buy item pouch. Right, up, left, down. That's going to put you right on trap tools. Instead of doing, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. You save 1 input. You save 6 frames. Worth. Trust me. You can do it either way. If you're learning, I'd say just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to it. If you want to be sweaty gamer, you can do it like that. We're going to buy the pouch. We're going to take 2 of these. Then we're going to go to the item box. Same thing. I forgot a step. We have to sell first. So you saw I can only buy 6 there? It's because I don't have any money. The golden eggs. We need to sell these first. If you hit down, you can just sell all of them. All I'm stuck on world muscle memory because Wright would sell all of them or grab more. I'm stuck on world muscle memory still too, so bear with me. So then now we can buy, we just want 11 of these. Yeah, 11 of these for right now. That's all we need for right now. Yep. So after we talk to you, we're going to come over here to this hunter. He has a name. I never remember it. He's going to give us 5 great wire bugs, which are going to be important for movement throughout other maps. And we're going to come here to the Buddy Plaza. I can't skip it, guys. I can't do it. Unfortunately. This one you have to watch. There's two unskippable cutscenes in here. 3 if you count the Rampage quest. And yes, there is a Rampage quest, unfortunately. Which we get to do together. And I'm only going to show once. And I will probably mess up, but that is A-okay. But this is the Buddy Plaza. You're just going to mash through this text here. And we're actually going to do something really, really funny. A part of the add-ons category, one of the add-ons that you can redeem is DLC pets. There is one that is very good, and we want him. We're going to come over here and talk to Iori a couple of times until he lets us actually use the services. And we're going to go hire a buddy, Palamutes, and we're going to take MHC Palamute right here. Also, shout outs to Thor. That is Sox's, one of the former Monster Hunter, oh my gosh, like PR people's dog's name. Shout outs to Thor. But we want MHC Palamute, the very bright pink one. So, you're just going to come in here. 1, 2. If you accidentally hit A here, that's okay. You can hit RB. Ideally, though, you just input down 1, up 1, and then you can grab the MHC Palamute. You can skip that, and it gets sent to reserve. So he's not equipped yet. We're actually going to equip him during this next mission. We already readied up our quest, and we're still holding it. You see in the top left. So once we're done talking to Iori, yep, we depart on the quest. And then in here, we're going to grab, this is more gathering. So I'm going to show you that gathering first. We're going to look at it in concept, and then we're going to do it fast. So this is Fungal Frustrations. This one's a lot easier. The backups for it, though, are a lot more annoying. So ideally, you just get it in one. But we're going to jump down here, and we're going to grab a Parashroom while we're moving along. You just want to be making sure that your dog dashing pretty efficiently. And you're going to want to remember this Parashroom location, too. So right here next to the rocks, right between these two is this Parashroom. You want to remember this guy. This is your best friend. If you're ever short Parashrooms, this is one you want to grab because we come to the Shrine Ruins all the time, and this one is here all the time. So you're going to grab that, turn around, we're going to jump off the dog. We're going to aim this one. And you want to get up to this ledge. Whoops, right there. Now, the way you want to put this down is you're going to stand next to this Jewel Lily, and you're going to put down one of the great wire bugs that we just talked to that hunter to get. We just got 5 of them. So you're going to put it down and dodge off of this edge. It's going to put you into the air, and you're going to hit circle to grab this. Then nice long extended one, and you're going to grab this mushroom colony. It's going to take a couple seconds. It actually gives you time to refresh your wire bug. Get over here. You're going to grab the next colony. When you do that, you're going to want to ride your dog and jump down here. Grab the 3rd colony. Ideally, it gets done here. And then from here, we would fast travel back to the tent and do some menuing there. If that doesn't happen, you can turn around and go up this wall. Ooh! Goodbye, dog. Just got Yoshi'd. And then here's the last colony. Getting on the dog is better too, because if you gather gathering is faster on the dog, so that means we can open the map up faster and fast travel back faster. So you want to gather while you're on the dog, especially your last location. So yep, you would gather this one. While you're gathering, you can just be sitting here mashing A because you know it's going to be finished. This always finishes in 4. I've seen it once take 5. One time in nearly 400 hours of speedrunning this game. And we're going to come back to the tent. And so in here, we're going to do some weird things. So we want to change our equipment. So item box, manage equipment, change equipment. When we are changing, you want to go down to your armor, and we're going to go to high rank 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want the waist. We just want these things. We're going to keep the Guild Cross waist. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to do that. Next, we're going to go to the buddy board. So from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, 4 Bs, down to the buddy board, and select buddies, buddy 2, Palamutes, MHC Palamute. Down X, down X, down X, down X. It's very, very quick. The last thing you want to do, which this is really, really tight. This is hard to do. So most of the time, I do this back in Komoda. You're going to want to go down to Palamute gear, and we're going to take off the steel fangs. This is just X twice, right? So you're going to come into here, down one. Oh, no, just X once. My bad. X once. And that unequips it. You just want them to have this dual-bladed chain. The reason being is one of the updates changed how elemental damage works for the dogs. It's very, very good now. If it doesn't have both tools, it will only use one. If it only has one, it only uses that one. So when you attack, they just both start using dual chains, and it does a lot of damage. You'll see that in the next hunt. So that's it. And then you most likely will not get fanfare skip outside. It will most likely be inside the tent. But we are going to abandon and run that back from the beginning. Show you all of that in practice again. I like to do it slow through once to explain it all, and then show it to you fast so you can kind of see how it looks. And then yeah, after this church, we can take our first break.
Sounds good to me.
So let's get back into this. Something to note here too is that you will have to menu after you do that first one. So you have to menu down one to fungal frustrations. Unfortunately, it doesn't default the finished ones to the bottom. I wish it did. That'd be awesome. But no, it does put it right here. So you have to down one to do that. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your menuing. Know where your next one's going to be so you can do that kind of quick. That just takes time. You'll get used to that. All right, so riding our dog here. Remember, we want to go get our parish room first. Just optimal dog movement. The nice thing, too, is that you can kind of check your equipment, too, while you're moving along. If you ever need to. Whoa. Overshot my destination. And then once again, like you see, I'm making little mistakes. No sweat. Just keep doing the things you know how to do. You're going to make mistakes with wire bug movement all the time. This stuff is so hard to do perfectly. Our first colony here. We're going to do an L2X, or L2Y, excuse me, and then L2Y to get to here. I'm going to call the dog as this gather is finishing so we can just ride the dog. Oh, I've only gotten 2. Oh my gosh. This is great. Have to grab the backup. Make sure we stay on the dog good. Just wait for that main objective complete, and then you can leave. All right, so we want to do all that menuing now, right? Our equipment, we want the black belt armor. So come in here, manage. If you accidentally do that, just go back really quick. Buddy board, select buddies, Palamutes. And see, I didn't really have enough time there. That's A-okay. Try to get as much of it done as you can. It's really hard to do this menuing quickly, especially if you're still kind of learning it. Look at all those parish rooms. That's actually really good luck. We're just going to take all there. And once again, yeah, you can just hit circle there. All right, cool. Yeah, Church, if you want to take the first break, now would be a really good time. Then we can jump into the actual first hunt. We've been just doing gathering quests, so.
Yep, sounds good. So during these longer runs, we like to take a break every hour. So just everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything they need to do, you know, to keep healthy and everything like that. Before we go to the break, just a quick reminder, if you haven't missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows, you can go check them out on the VODs over at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. We'll be back in a few minutes with more of the tutorial. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner. We are in the middle of a Monster Hunter Rise tutorial. I will hand it right back over. Whenever you're ready, you can just give a quick 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. So, we just finished Fungal Frustration, the second of 3 of our gathering quests. So now we're actually about to head into our first hunt. So really quick here, if you don't know if you ever have to talk to an NPC, look up at the top right, because I forgot, and just travel to Hinoa because that's what I'm used to doing. We actually need to talk to Yomugi first. So we're going to turn around, try to wire bug over all of this, and land right next to her. After that, we're going to fast travel back here. Because that's going to unlock our first urgent quest, right? We did our 2 key quests, and it's unlocked an urgent quest. Keep in mind, we didn't finish our menuing at the end of Fungal Frustrations. We still need to set up the Palamut's weapons, so we can actually just do that here. So if you miss it in the end timer, it's ideal to do it then because you're waiting anyways. So getting that done in, waiting time, that's ideal. But we aren't going to be able to do that because it just wasn't fast enough, which is fine, happens. So we're just gonna ready up this quest. We're gonna come around the corner, and hey, look, the buddy board. We're just gonna go and talk to that really quick, the gear, and just take those off. Now that we've done that, I'm just gonna double check my notes, make sure I don't have to do anything else. Nope, just talk to Yomugi and depart. And we are going to go. So now we're getting into hunting. Something to point out for these. One, you can skip this. I'm not going to. Actually, you know what? I am. Because I can pause the game. I forgot about that. This game, you can pause. That doesn't pause your speedrun timer. So you know. RTA, real time. But for my purposes, I want to pause because I don't want the monster roaming around. So in Rise, we do have quest RNG. Unlike Monster Hunter World, if you've ever seen a speedrun of that, the spawn locations are fixed, HP is fixed, size is fixed, all that is fixed. For Rise, that's the same except for the spawn location. Unfortunately, monsters will spawn in one of 3 locations. Some are more common than others. There's actually a percentage chance. It's like 30, 30, 40 for spawn locations, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 30, 30, 40. And fixing spawn locations in RTA speedruns is against the rules. There's no modding allowed for this category at all. So we don't allow that. So the first thing that we have to do is figure out where is the monster. The really nice thing is the game has built in a function for us to do that. We can already see the monster on the map. Thank you, Kahoot. That's their at least in-game explanation for it. The Kahoot is telling us where the monsters are. So all we have to do, see in the top right, it's telling me to hit RS. I hit that. That marked the monster for me on the map. It is right in the middle. That's a great spot for him. So we just want to do a couple of things here while we are on the way, and I've already messed it up. I actually want to go through the left tunnel here. That's why I should look at my notes. So starting out the quest, we're going to go to the left. There is a thunderbug in here that we want, which is right on the wall right here. You're just going to grab that while you're moving. Good. And you're going to fall off here. And then something that I like to do is, whoops, there we go. I'm not very fast at that anymore. Auto sort the order of my items, because that is going to make my radial or my item bar fixed. Why am I not climbing? Why am I not climbing? All right, cool. We're just going to climb up that anyways. The slow way. There we go. I guess you couldn't climb that wall. We're just going to climb up here. Something that we're always going to be looking out for on our routes are butterflames. Actually, I might reset this one because I want to show the other one. There's a butterflame right here. These are attack bonuses. So you want to know on the map where these are so you can fit them into your route if you can. Like, you want to be able to fit those into where you're running to. Additionally, the things that we picked up, these red items, the Mega Demon Drug, this is an attack bonus. You want to use these on the way to the monster. Where doesn't really matter, but the Demon Powder you want to use when you're kind of close. And then we can hit this Butterflame instead. So now we're at the monster. Something you're going to notice is that this goes by very quick. We're going to be watching the top right there, the monster icon. We're going to be looking out for the blue skull icon. Now, like I said earlier, I am not going to be teaching you guys how to use the weapons and how to fight the monsters, but I will tell you little strategies. Uzuchi has a really high flinch rate. Excuse me, a really low flinch rate. And certain attacks, when you attack the tail, he will just fall on the ground. So keeping an eye out for those. Can you not run away from me? Keeping an eye out for those attacks that will topple him like this. Very, very helpful. When you know you're getting close to capture, you want to start menuing over to your pitfall. So I know he's close. He's got that blue icon. You just want to go and put that pitfall right underneath him. If the monster moves, just stand right on top of it. He's going to fall into it. Throw 1, throw 2, and we can leave. Just open up your menu and just start mashing away to get to our end timer. These ones I'm not going to be able to show off, so we just want to make sure that we at least equip our guild cross, which I was looking at my notes. I didn't look beforehand. But we can just do this back in Komodo too. While you're learning, I just always suggest doing it this way. Always take everything because it has trap tools, trank tools with you. But yeah, we wanted to switch to guild cross there because we're going to go do our last gathering quest now because we are now in 2nd star. Come over here, talk to Hinawa. Now, if we already had it equipped, our guild cross, we'd go on it, but we don't. So we're just going to come right over here. We want all the pieces of that guild cross equipment. Come over here and equip it really quick. Something else, too, was restocking, which we can technically do at the end of the next quest. Or you can just do it right here. You just want to make sure you have that pitfall trap. Yes, Palk, Ninpalk, you can do that. It is entirely dependent. You can throw the tranks first and then trap, or trap and then trank. I am remembering this route. We're gonna go up this way. There's a thunderbug right here that we can grab. Is it that one? No, it's the one over here. There's a thunderbug right there that you can grab. I recommend grabbing it if you like missed one somewhere. And then there's another one right here. We're gonna grab this one, fall down, and we're gonna grab this sleep herb right here. I'm going to show this off twice because, once again, this is gathering. We want to be up on this ledge. Yeah, I just can't get onto it because there's another thunderbug right there. And then here is our first oyster bed. So you had those 2 thunderbugs. You can grab that 3rd if you missed one earlier, and that sleep herb. And we're going to grab our oyster bed here. That is not what I wanted to do. I want to be riding the dog. There's another one right here. And you can see them on the map too. But I'd get used to doing this movement. There's one inside of this cave. Usually you'd be finished by now. If you aren't, which is very possible, you're to come out. And we're going to go this way. And we're going to grab this one. Like I said, I like being on the dog, because you can leave faster. And then if you still haven't finished, which has happened to me many times, you come right up here and grab that one. And that's all of them. During the end timer here, we're going to be re-equipping the black belt armor. So just fast travel back. Right into the tent. Yeah. Manage, change armor. Just like that. Come back out, fanfare skip. If you can make it. If not, just stay in the tent. So we're going to abandon and put it all together. Trying to see, it put away... I wonder, do I have tranks set up to autocraft? I should. I just must not have... the parachutes in my inventory, which I'm going to check right now, actually. That's something else that you can check. Like if you miss it, you're going to want to keep parachutes in your inventory. When you do your restocks, you're going to be wanting to look out for these things. It's kind of hard to keep track of all of that, but you can just between each quest, if you can't check it while you're in the tent at the end of the quest, just come and check it right now, right? And just restock on these items. You can also hit Y or triangle and do a fast restock that way, because you just want to make sure that you're keeping these things in your inventory. All right, so let's put this together quick. We go this way. We already have plenty of shock traps, so we're just going to come this way. Grab this one. And you'll notice now that when we pick this up, it should auto-craft into tranks. Yep. So jump. We're gonna land right next to that. And you can practice that movement as you go. We're gonna grab this oyster bed. And you want to be near your dogs when you call them. I use the radial menu to do it just because it is a little bit faster, but you can also just stand next to them and hold circle. But you can buffer, you know, with the radial menu. Wow, it's 0 raft shells, all boat shells. Our shells were a little too big. It's A-okay. We're still looking out. 4, okay. Also not good RNG. This is great. We're showing off all the spots. What's the quickest run? Right now, unofficial world record is a 52. It's 52 minutes by Ketsu Momo, a Japanese speedrunner. I'm gonna have to grab the other backup.
And somebody else was asking, I know you answered this earlier, but is there any differences between the PC version and the console versions? I think it was just slightly different load times.
Yeah, mostly load times. This route can be done on console versions too. How do I miss that? Okay, we are getting every boat shell. The last one is over here off of the edge. Right over here. And like I said, you want to be on the dog. Wow. Hey, in PB attempts, that's a reset point. All right, we're getting out of here. And like I said, we want to do re-equip our black belt set. So item box, manage, change this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get back out. And you can even do your item management there too if you're confident. If you want to just check your items again, just go check them right there. You can add a couple extra things to inventory. Oh wow, I only got 1 extra sleep herb there. It's okay, we're gonna get a bunch here in a second. Because it may not be a gathering quest, but it's a small monster quest, so we get to gather a bunch during it. But the next is the Frosty Paradise, and this is a small monster quest. So we're gonna be hunting 10 baggy. They're the small little blue raptors. And the movement here, the start of it's just dependent on what you need. So like if you need to grab an extra sleep herb or an extra parashroom, you can still do that. But ideally you only need to grab a couple things here. So we still have the Guild Crossed Waste, which is going to give us more pickups for sleep herbs when we pick up like flower items. But just keep in mind the areas that I'm going to right now that have the baggy. There are 4 spots that we're going to be visiting. Fun fact, there was like a really fun ledge glitch that we were trying to make consistent. I can't remember what the setup was. I might have to look into that again. But it made your velocity and distance off of that ledge twice as much. And it was really goofy. And a lot of fun to do, just not consistent. Also, the quest that does this the fastest is LBG, because it can just shoot poison shots at it and then just run away. But you'll notice every time that I'm sheathing my weapon, I'm using the radial menu to call the dog. That's a default setting, so I would recommend leaving that one because it's already getting the dog next to you to leave it to the next area while you're sheathing the weapon. So as long as you do it as you're putting away a weapon and just stand next to the dog, you'll ride them as fast as possible. The last one is up here, and I'm actually not going to hunt it because I remember that there is a post movement here. So you're going to slay the one of 2 that are right here. And then we have a 60-second end quest timer, during which we are going to do a lot of item gathering. We're going to come to this sleep herb first. You're going to wire hang, long distance. Oh, we didn't get the jump. That's okay. Still A-okay. You want to get through to these things as efficiently as possible. There's another sleep herb there. Straight across. And to this last one right here. So while you're grabbing that last one, you can fast travel. And what you're going to want to do here is move the sleep herbs back to your item pouch before you go into the tent, because it's going to put them in that field pouch. So you can actually just move the empty files to the field pouch before you go in. And then while you're in here, you're just going to restock on items if you need any. So you can just double check to see if you need any items here. If it's going to be anything, you can grab more sleep herbs. You can grab more parashrooms. If you've already done a restock, the best thing that you can do is just hit Y or triangle, and it's just going to take everything that you can still hold and just put it into your inventory. And then that restocked you. If you still have the time, you can leave, or you can just take your fanfare skip inside the tent. To save the hassle of doing all of that again, I am just going to go and hunt that last baggie, because this is kind of a longer quest. We get the weird dog bursting out of the ground here. No, we don't. Yeah, we're just going to go and tap this last one, because this quest takes a little bit longer. And I just wanted to show off that movement while I didn't have an end quest timer. And like I said, if you, like don't get the right, restocking, you can just do it back in Komoda. I will show this movement again during the timer. You can ride the dog there to get a little bit more height. And then you would grab that. And this is really fun to do. I recommend practicing this. One, because it's a lot of fun. And two, because the better you are at it, the faster you'll be able to do this, the more time you'll have at the end quest timer here. But you want about 20 seconds, which is where we're at when we land. All right, land here. Item pouch, 1, 2. And then we'll go back in here. Manage, right? We'll come back out. And then we'll do fanfare skip. And then we're just waiting for that to get kind of to the end. Then we skip. Now this quest gives or has a chance to give a lot of sleep herbs, and of course I didn't get any. That's fine. We still take all and everything because it's not any slower. There's no extra input. So the last quest of 2-star is Out Cold. This is the Great Baggy quest, and this quest is a lot of fun. There's really no setup to this. We're just going to launch. And the only thing that you need to keep track of is if you need more resources, because you can still grab them depending on where he spawns. So we're going to load in here and we're going to see where he is. He's in the good spot. We're going to be able to show off the other butterflame location, so I'm not really worried about it right now. But you can grab another thunderbug there if you need it, and you can grab the other sleep herb right here if you need it. I recommend grabbing these things now while you are still getting used to the route. And then we want to start using our power items. You want to be using your power items before every fight. You can jump here to be able to use the demon powder a little bit quicker, or you can just wait. There's really no right or wrong way of doing that. We want to come up here and hit this butterflame, and then where's the bird at? Oh, he's over there. Of course he back hopped. So you want to make sure that you don't really get hit by this guy because sleep is mean. A lot of his attacks too don't have any knockback, so you can get away with just like standing in them. Charge Blade is really good for this run. Other weapons are really good for this one. I don't think Switch Axe is particularly, but I just really like it. And once again, we're just looking out for that blue icon. And this is where scripting comes in, because you'll eventually notice like, oh yeah, 2 ZSDs and he's cap ready, especially with the dogs. And I'm using a stamina file, so that KOs. So you can actually get to the point where you can pre-trap and trank these. And it is very nice. We're just going to be doing a restock here. We want to make sure that we grab the pitfall from our inventory and put it into our box. So getting good at this movement is really important. The faster you can do that, the more fanfare skips you can hit. And you saw I took that very, very slow and still got it. Hunting Horn used to be world record. But just by the way, hunting horn is absolutely viable for this. It used to be world record. All right, so that was out cold. So now we are going to do our 3-star urgent, which is Feathered Frenzy. This is Acnosome. So we have to go and talk to Iori in the Buddy Plaza. Since we've already been there, we can actually fast travel. So it's just down 1 input. And if you ever get confused with where you have to go, it at least tells you. So open this up, down, and come here. There is another unskippable cutscene. But all we have to do is just talk to Iori here, and then go back, ready, and depart. We can't ready up the quest yet because Iori gives it to us. So we have to come here first, and then we go back. You can also use this as a moment to restock if you missed restocking. LBG is the current world record, and I believe second is Longsword? You can use wire bugs in here, don't forget that. But sometimes they do that, so maybe running is just okay. Oh my gosh, please talk to me. And then we're just coming back and urgent. Acnosome is a very hard fight to get used to, in my opinion. I struggle with this fight a lot. Take your time, less unga bunga, more understand the monster, more understanding, your openings is just the best way that I can, tell people. What weapons are not viable? I've done a speedrun with every weapon in this game, and all of them are under an hour and a half, I think. So, take that to mean whatever you think it'll mean. We're gonna grab this extra. Actually, I'm gonna grab it up there. We can use our demon drug now, and just because of the spawn location, I'm actually gonna use the other butterflame location. So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna jump up. You do kind of have to take into consideration the spawn locations, right? So we got a little bit of a weird one. This one's closer, which just means we want to grab the things that have a timer when we're closer to the monster. So knowing where your resources are on the map, very important. This set does have earplugs. So you can usually get away with, like, standing in front of birds. The birds roar. Oh my gosh, I love switch axe targeting. It's almost as good as Perfect Rush in World. Gonna let him do that. Back on his head. This is also why I like switch axe, because I get to hang out with you guys in the middle of the ZSD, which is a lot of fun. Ow. Ow. And we're just looking out for blue icon still. I should be getting close to it. I think I just need one more ZSD. That was my KO. But definitely while you're learning, I just say wait. Yeah, there it is. We're just going to back up. Put the pitfall down. If he jumps away from it, no worries. The monster likes to jump at you. There you have it. We are going to craft the tranks before we go in here, just to make sure that we have enough. That's why we set up the radial menu. So just a quick open this up. Craft those. You can do that every now and then. And then we just want to make sure that we restock here. So hit your triangle restock and then grab your pitfall trap. Just the quickest way to restock. Stay inside the camp, right? Learn this movement. The hardest part, you see how we're just like flying through all this now? It's because we're set up. All of our menus are set up. I've already shown you kind of like all the movement and all the things that we need to do. There's only actually a couple things that we really need to like go out of our way to do. And usually it's after urgent quests that we like unlock things. So like in the next part here, we're gonna unlock our additional switch skills. Uzushi gives us another set of switch skills here, which I use because that gives us Soaring Wyvern Blade, which means I have follow-up damage to a ZSD. Very good for switch axe. For weapons like Charge Blade, they don't need them. They don't go over here. But I am, because I'm just going to make a quick trip to the Gathering Hub here. You see, just using the like quick menu there. We're just going to get all those. And you see this does take some time. So if you're going to do this, you need to make sure that like it's worth it. And I'm just going to come right back to Hinoa. Also, while we're here, we're going to be giving our dogs some weapons. That movement to Utsushi is entirely preference. If you want the switch skill that he gives, go to Utsushi. If you don't want it, Charge Blade users, you don't have to. So next is going to be Ludroth. We want this guy, Spongy Oasis. Faster, I think it's actually the same number of inputs either way. It's both 5. So we're going to go to Ludroth. Ludroth's going to be a new area. So once again, you have to take into consideration where resources are. Butterflames are not on really good routes here. They're actually, the Butterflames are only on in areas that are bad spawns. So ideally we don't get them, but you'll still want to know where they are, because if you can route to a Butterflame before going to the monster, you at least save that time, because Butterflames are huge DPS increases. Let me see here. Yeah, so we're gonna ready this up. We are gonna go and talk to the Buddy Smith, this person right here, and we're going to make the dog a weapon. So trade for scrap, acnosome. We need 4 acnosome parts. So you can usually tell just by the first thing. These give 3 scrap each, but if you have enough scales, if you have 4 scales, you can just do that. If you don't have 4 scales, just do like the beaks. It really doesn't matter. You don't need these resources. So just get those acnosome scrap. And we're going to go up. You can just press up to get to the acnosome weapon fast. We're going to equip that to the dog, craft and equip. And then we're going to hit the sub menu here, right? That's X or triangle. Choose Buddy, MHC Palamute, and do the same thing. And that's it. Now we can go ahead and depart in the quest. There is a perish room here. So depending on if you need perish rooms or not, you can grab this. I actually don't need any extra perish rooms. 2 cutscenes to skip there. You'll get used to that. I'm not really pointing out those just because... Oh man, look at that spawn location. All right. We can actually hit a... actually don't know what the optimal movement to get to that is. I think it's this way. I just don't think there's a Butterflame this way. And it's a good thing that I have enough perish room, because that means I don't have to go and get the other one. Trying to remember. Oh, yeah, there's one up here. So we can go left. And then there is a Butterflame right there. We're going to hit that guy. Also, while we were moving there, I should have been using my demon drugs. So let's use him right now. And this fight, I like to flash him because he has a lot of like dashy attacks that are not fun to deal with. We're just going to jump, throw that in front of him, and start wailing. You can also see that he gets stuck in some AI that will just stop his movement entirely. And now I have Soaring Wyvern Blade, so I have a follow-up to this. Thank you for the tail. Do nothing? It's close to nothing. That flash helps also just to stop him from moving so the dogs can do as much damage as they can. Now that I'm getting kind of close, and by close, I mean cap ready. One and 2. And we get out of here. See how fast this can be, just setting yourself up appropriately. This is speed, 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 speed. And we'll talk about other categories a little bit later. But this is just all gas, this category. Just quick restock there. And I'm not going to try to back out. I know I'm a little bit slow here. Just sit like that. Yep, all we want to do is just make sure that we refresh at the end of each of these. But yeah, you can see how quickly this starts to go through. Next is Can't Stomach the Thought. That's going to be Tetranodon. And we can just go right on it, right? Tetranodon's also weak to fire. So having the Acnosome weapon on the dogs is just going to do an additional amount of damage. We can go this way. So this is the other Butterflame in the Frozen Seaway. Oh my gosh, this thing is so far away. Oh, I get to show a little backup here. Other endemic life on the map will be very helpful if you want a little bit better fights. Like if you don't have a KO weapon, you can come up here and grab this Thunder Beetle. That Thunder Beetle's KO damage. I'm going to grab it just so I can show it. Might as well just hit the squids, because why not? So this will get us a really early KO. There it is. And so now the game really does just become kind of a boss rush. And this is why I always say it's the more approachable speedrun. Just because Worlds is definitely more scripted, and this is a lot more unga bunga, which makes it a lot more fun too. Oh, I didn't have enough gauge for that. But just learn these fights the best you can, right? The better you get, the faster you get. I think this pins me. No, it didn't. Cool. And we're just going to do this. And we want to cap. Perfect. And so you can always, that was something that I just did right there, was crafting the tranks while I was in, while I was waiting for the menu input. That's always a nice thing to do. All we want to do is just restock here. Just double check too to see if we're missing anything else. I don't think we are. A lot of this though is just going to be really quick gameplay. We're really just trying to get to the next set of like actual movement, which is actually right here, because next is walking on eggshells, which is Kuliaku. And that quest is not weak to fire, but he's weak to water, and we just fought Tetronodon. That's why we did those in that order, so we could fight the things weak to fire first, then grab a water weapon and fight the things that are weak to water. So that's just kind of like how we have to think about the routing. There's an urgent quest available now. That is the Rampage quest. We're going to do that when we finish all of the 3-star key quests. So you now have to input 1 down to avoid that. Because we want to do walking on eggshells next. Turn back around to the Buddy Smithy. And we're going to do the same thing. Tetronodon scrap. And 1 more. Oops. Sometimes you just input a little too fast. That can happen. But getting good at those menus, you know, you can see how fast this can get. Now we just have to depart on the quest. There's some extra parashrooms here if you need them, which we will run, I think, like right by them. Or if we get lucky, it's in that same area. But knowing where your backups are really important. Yep. All right, cool. We got that spawn location. Definitely a bird up moment. Not monster parts when we're using the add-ons category. This category explicitly allows... So there's a butterflame right there. We're going to skip that one because there's another one down here. It's a little bit closer. Wait, was there one down here? Oh, no, there wasn't. You know what? We're just going to go without it. You guys can still see how fast that is. But I should have hit that one back there. There is a parashroom in this area right here. And then Kuliaku does have an interesting mechanic. He'll pick up rocks, right? If you can break the rock, he just does nothing. And the really nice thing with him and Switch Axe is that we can start this ZSD right there, get a lot of damage on the rock. In this case, it's a pot. Oh my gosh. He usually breaks it. There we go. And Kulu's also really susceptible to KO. So we can just do that. Very good positioning there. And then right back on. But you can see also like how much the dogs are dealing. and how much they're tripping them. The dogs are just kind of insane to the speedrun now. That's it. On to the next. Once again, just want to make sure that we restock. We want to make sure that we have that pitfall trap. We just need to pull it out of the box every single time. So getting good at this right here. Very, very important. Just to get that trap as fast as possible, then go out and do fanfare skip. Exhaust file on switch axe is very, very nice for this. I've loved every moment of having exhaust file on the switch axe. Yeah, Great Rogi's next. This fight's hard because he doesn't like to play nice. Oh, we got the good spawn location though. If you do need wire bugs, most of these routes have wire bugs on them. I usually don't grab them for switch axe because my wire bug skills only use one wire bug anyways. I will grab one here though, just in case. Usually you're only grabbing it for movement or if you have something that uses two. I also just ran past it, but there is a sleep herb right here. So if you're short on sleep herb, you can grab that. And then there is another parachute right behind him right there. I'm, like looking at it. See it back there. Probably should have just let that hit me. I'm trying to like get him to stop moving. There we go. Get hung up on him. Good. You can see the dogs are doing just a ton of damage. Dogs really, really made this run fast. You'll also notice too that when you stop attacking, the dogs stop attacking, which is really nice. You can't really accidentally slay these things. There we go. And we fast travel out. It's not slower to finish. I mean, it's slower comparatively to fanfare skip, but it's faster than not getting your fanfare, right? So while you're learning, which I am relearning the game, you can just stay in the tent and it skips the like petting the dogs and all the fanfare and stuff like that. You just stay right here. It skips that. While you're learning, that's kind of the better thing to do. Is that a thunderbug? It is a thunderbug. Nice. Okay. Now the fun part. The very, very long part. Church, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want to take a break now or in 15 minutes?
Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Cool. We'll do it now. I think now is a good time.
Perfect. All right, everybody. So during these longer runs, we like to take breaks just so every hour, so everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything they need to do to feel, healthy and stuff like that. So we'll be back in just a few minutes here. Actually, before we go, a quick reminder, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and Bitch Cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support us. So if you like any of this content, if you like these tutorials with very passionate runners, trying to explain the game on a very basic level, or any of our other content like Express Lane afterwards, or any of our specials, it really does help us put this kind of content on. With that said, we'll take a quick break and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is How to Train a Speedrunner, a show where we have expert speedrunners come on and teach you about the games that they run, try to break it down on a beginner level. We are in the middle of a Monster Hunter Rise tutorial. Before we get back into it, I saw a question before we went to break, which was, are the routes for each weapon significantly different, or are they mostly the same?
Yeah, we can talk about that really quick. They're mostly the same, especially for melee weapons, because they use all the same resources. The route only really changes with things like heavy bowgun, light bowgun, and bow, because you're using other resources too. And bow's like not really, because the coatings that you get, the game just kind of gives you a bunch of them anyways. It's really just the ammo types for the bow guns, but really right now, light bow gun is the fastest speedrun. So there's actually a really good, well-defined route for it, and it is a lot of fun. Like light bow gun in this game is a blast. But you can take this route and apply it to any melee weapon with varying degrees of success. One of the biggest, divergences is going to be if you go to Utsushi after Acnosome to get your additional switch skill, which I do for Soaring Wyvern Blade on Switch Axe, but other weapons like Charge Blade don't need it because they don't want the other switch skill. There's a handful of weapons that really wouldn't go out of their way for that, but Switch Axe, I like it just because Soaring Wyvern Blade feels so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, all right, so I'm ready to get back into it. So 3, 2, 1, go. We have the fun part now. We have Rampage. Rampage is a new addition to this game. We're only going to do this once because it takes forever to do. But Rampage is Monster Hunter Tower Defense. We're going to try to do our best to get through this as fast as possible. It's been a very long time since I've done this, so bear with me because there's going to be a lot of learning for me too. I didn't get to do a practice of this, but we're going to be going around with Utsushi here and setting up different installations. He's going to be teaching us about all these different installations, and we're going to have to use them too. I think the next one is over here. I don't remember though. I'll have him. Yeah, I think it's this one. And there's a lot that we could be doing during Rampage. There's a lot of downtime here. So if you need to fix menus, set up radial menus, change settings, you can do all of that here during Rampage, which is really nice. And knowing where to go to next really does make this a little bit faster. And knowing how to fight the monsters to do Rampage as fast as possible is, obviously better. The run does end at Magna Mallow. This is village percent, more or less. Comeuppance is the last quest, which is a fantastic name for a quest. So you'll want to shoot 2 full magazines of the ballista. For some reason, if you don't shoot 2 full magazines, it might not progress. And then you just need to kind of go through the motions here. So you just want to shoot both your crag shots next, 1 and 2. And I'm aiming up out of the way here because I don't want to accidentally hit that because that's very important. So some runners will actually aim just all the way around entirely. Then our retreat shot, which we really won't use unless we miss a crag shot. And then last is going to be shielding. How do I get out of this view? There we go. I'm just trying to make sure, we're going to put auto ballistas in all of these. And then we're going to set up the cannon after we down the Acnosome. Because you unlock equipment as you go through this, and monsters are going to try to progress over this barrier. They're not going to succeed, but they're going to try. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to come right over here. Now we're going to set up all this stuff. And I want to double check. Yeah, I have both my traps, so we're good. We're just going to set up auto ballista on everything. They don't do a ton of extra damage, but they do extra damage. And there's no really reason to move optimally to any of this stuff. But it is fun to mess around with wire bug tech. And the dogs will attack too here. They do a little bit of damage. They aren't really crazy in this, but that's okay. We're just going to be kind of aiming at each one of these and just trying to efficiently down them. Try to follow this along the best you can. I really have no explanation for it other than practice and just get better. When you shoot your crag shots, you want to shoot both. And then here, the monster's going to show up one by one. So after Acnosome drops here, we're going to set up a cannon for us to shoot Tetronodon when he shows up. So you see that stronghold level up. You want to get this KO, because without it, you don't level up, and you don't get this cannon. And you do want the cannon for Tetronodon, because you can shoot over this barrier. You can kind of aim right here and shoot over this barrier, but we're going to charge up the pierce shot for when he jumps over. And we're going to kind of aim our reticle past this. And when he gets about right there, we can start shooting. And as long as you see numbers, you know you're hitting. Good. So here we're gonna repel. You'll have a couple of cutscenes, so like make sure you skip them. We're gonna repel this Izuchi, and we're gonna use the charge shot for that, the pierce shot. We're gonna charge up the thunder shot, but we're gonna wait to shoot it until both Tetranodon and Acnosome are in the area, and we're gonna get a KO on both. That's unfortunate. Ideally, that would have been down a little bit faster. I don't even know what this is. I forgot about this guy. All right, and then we're gonna switch this really quick. Probably could have made it an auto cannoner, but we're gonna put a pitfall trap down here now. About right here. And different weapons can have varying degrees of success on this. Charge Blade's really good because they can get the counter P performance right then. We are just gonna keep wailing on this. And start our ZSC by the time the counter signal activates, which means we start doing massive amount of damage, so we finish that off. All right. Now that was first wave, first phase, whatever you want to call it, and we are gonna wait here for Uzushi. And you can do fun stuff during this. Some people like to do to pet the dog, which I think is fun. And then Moss TCam, another runner, I was watching his run, and he makes a well done steak during this while you're just waiting for Utsushi to show up here. It's really funny. But he just like makes the well done steak in the middle of this. It's kind of goofy. But he's just telling you more about how to do this, right? You guys have played the game before. And we're going to be setting up Fugen, which is a special armament. And Fugen is going to take out a bunch of monsters in this next wave. And then next we're going to set up 2 Wyvern Fires here. And we're going to aim them across the front of this barricade. So when monsters land in, they're going to get hit by it. This probably isn't the optimal placement. I don't quite remember what it is, but we're going to try our best here. I think it's about right there. We want beam. And then we're going to change these to cannons. And you got a lot of time here until the next wave shows up. But I'd still say at least set up your Wyvern Fires first. And then this one's going to go about right there. And we're going to set up our autocannons. Yeah, I think that's right. And then now Fugen's going to do cool stuff. Look at how cool he is. All right, good. He actually waited for all 3 to be in there. He can do that before the last one lands in, and it's very annoying. Before we run up, we want to put the bomb back down here, and then we're going to jump up and get on our ballista. I think this is supposed to be a ballista. I've been wrong before. And you can see now, too, our ballista is upgraded. And we are actually going to take that Wyvern Ride. Because this will repel the monster sooner. Oh, whoops. I used the wrong attack. All right, that's okay. I haven't done a Wyvern Ride in a minute. Oop, I missed. Little scuff. Maybe don't do it exactly this way. This is definitely one of the ones that's a little bit harder to do efficiently. But it takes a lot of practice. And I need my shock trap. We're going to put a shock trap down here too for the Rogi. And the Rogi comes out first. And you can use, you know, some of your explosives and stuff. Just get a little bit of extra damage on him a little bit quicker. There we go. We don't really care about that Arzuros because once this Rogi faints or is repelled, the quest ends. And we're just going to fast travel out of here. Why can I not fast travel? Because now we have a 60-second end quest timer and a lot of things to do. We're going to restock, set up an item loadout, and then do a bunch of stuff in the buddy board. So first things first, we're going to restock, and we're just going to make sure that we have all of our other resources here, which I don't. I need to auto-sort this. Where are my shock traps at? Oh, I don't have any shock traps. I do have shocks, though, so I can make one. This should be okay, though. 6, perish rooms, none. That's fine. We're just going to overwrite that, so now we can quickly manage that. We're going to go to our buddy skills, turn all of these on. Just indiscriminately turn everything on, and last thing we need to change is the palamute behavior, which we'll do outside of this. So I'm going to go through this one more time outside of the quest. Like I said, you're going to have to get used to doing a lot of these. You want to make sure you also take all of those rampage tickets because we are going to ramp up our weapon right now. We get 2 text boxes there with Fugan, and then we're just going to come right over here to Haman. You have to talk to him like 3 times, I think it is. And now we get to ramp up weapon. You have to menu to that. That's right. There's no quicker way to do that, unfortunately. And then just come right back to Hinoa. And we can go on to our next one. Before I do this, I want to change my buddy's behavior too. The only thing that we wanted to change was change it from basic to follow. That'll keep the dogs next to us, so while we're attacking, they'll attack next to us too, instead of them running around and like doing whatever they want. The other thing that I wanted to do too, which I'm going to do just right now, is craft a shock trap. And set up that in my radial. I don't think it's going to matter really too much, but that'll be fine. Bishaten's a cool monster. It's one of my favorite fights. It is kind of a harder one to do efficiently. Oh, we got a good spawn. Nice. So just remember your resources and where they're at. Heading to Area 6, there is a very nice Butterflame location that is adjacent to the monster, so we're going to want to grab that one. And you're also going to want to double check your materials. I don't know which of these I need. Good, it was Perish Room that I needed. Because we have a couple of fights still until we are able to buy Trank Bombs. I believe it'll be after Bishaten. Oh, yeah, so we were fine there. So Bishaten has a fun little topple mechanic on his tail. And remember, you have earplugs with this set, so you can just ignore that roar. He is giving me bad AI right now. Just need him to like stand still. Bishaten likes to do this too, where he just like jumps around. Just kind of kite him, wait for an opening. Oh my gosh, I just need to stand up here. Nice. All right, cool. I actually got the ZSD armor before he hit me. And we got the KO. With Switch Axe, I just like to get caught up on him and do that reload. Then just get right back on. He doesn't have latch points on his arms, so they always go to his head. 1, 2, 3. Turn around and hit him now. And that a little bit early because I wasn't sure if he was going to back hop or not. I can't believe he's not cap ready yet. He is doing a lot of running away from me. So a lot of this is just game knowledge too, just knowing how to avoid the monster and the attacks. And I'm still just kind of keeping an eye out for that blue icon, and there it is. Ideally, that would have like toppled or something. This is actually a good attack for him to use when you're trying to trap, because he just stands still for so long. There we go. Shot him down. All we have to do is just restock now. We can actually use our item loadout that we just did. So you can either stick to the same menuing, but if you're using other resources, you can use this item loadout, which I'm going to use. Because now you can just kind of do that a lot quicker and then fanfare skip. And so we were asking earlier, what's faster, to be in the tent or to be out here? Out here is faster. So now we actually get a weapon upgrade too. After Bishaten, we get to buy trank material, like buy tranks just flat out, and also upgrade our weapon. So if you thought this thing was doing a lot of damage before, it's doing even more now. We also get to do my favorite quest name, my least favorite quest. But my favorite quest name, Infernal Lacrimosa. I love this. I also didn't know what a Lacrimosa was when I first did this quest. And when I looked it up, I was like, this is a great name. So tranks are just right there. You can also buy another trap tool if you need it. And you just need 11 of them for right now. And we're going to come over here to Haman. And this can be a little tricky. The upgrade requirements for this is bone materials. So we're going to forge, upgrade weapon, switch axe, and we are going to go to weapon list. So you're going to hit RB, click on defender, and then now you just need 1 point. So you can usually just do it with the twisted remains. We almost always get those. But just whatever is in the first slot, it's just 1 point of a bone material. You're more or less guaranteed this. And you just want to keep it equipped. After you've done that, you're good to go. You can now depart from the quest. And so just like anything else, we want to be able to hit our Butterflame. And we're going to start this one with a flash too, because she has much better AI when she can't see you. Oh, good. Good spawn location too. Make sure we hit our Butterflame. I'm going to jump over this. Take my Demon Drug. And I'm telling you, Lacrimosa, top 10 word. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong button. Dang. That's okay, though. We do want to be on the head. I was trying to get an iframe through the head, but the head kind of grabbed me. He does have a latch point on her arms. I'll just kind of take anything at this point. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Walk away from that. We got it! Let's go! It put me underground, so it immediately knocked me off. But it's okay. That's why we have, whoops. Uh-oh. Am I in that? Yeah, I am. Like I said, my least favorite fight. I don't know what this thing's doing half the time. But I'm really hoping the dogs just game. Stop moving away from me! I also want to be kind of like hovering my pitfall trap while I wait for it to be cap ready. Is this going to be an explosion? Does the fish have a bomb? It does! Be careful of that lingering hitbox. It lasts a lot longer than the animation says. That was just a head to knockdown. If we can get another KO here, that'd be ideal. Thank you for the affinity squids. That's just free affinity boost I just got there. That's huge. This is actually great. She's just going to stand perfectly still. 1 and 2. And yeah, we're just restocking off that item loadout. So like I said, once we got through kind of setting up our game, now we're just blitzing through it. And so you can even just take your time with this. Fanfare skip is easy. Once you kind of get it down, which easy peasy. I keep saving though. Keep hitting X 3 times instead of 2. I'm losing time. All right. Raging Whiteout. If you've ever seen me fight this before, wasn't I supposed to switch weapons? I absolutely forgot to switch weapons. Yeah, did I forget to switch the helmet weapons? I think I did. Helmet gear, manage equipment, change equipment. I absolutely did. These should have been changed at. Oh, that one was equipped though. No, it wasn't. It's equipped on the other one. There we go. That should have been changed after Rampage. My mistake. I just thought about that because we just fought 2 monsters that were weak to fire, and I was like, I don't think I changed those. Or we fought 1 that was weak to fire. But now we're gonna fight Barioth. Raging Whiteout is exactly how I describe myself anytime I fight this monster, because it's one of my least favorites. In this game, it's a little more tolerable. Only because of the tools that you get in Rise. This is absolutely one of my least favorite fights. And we got a weird spawn location too, so I'm actually just gonna remind everyone that this Thunder Beetle exists. Remember this Thunder Beetle, he's your best friend against this guy. You want a fast KO, you want to make sure this monster does nothing for the next 12 seconds, you grab that. Especially because you have earplugs during this. You can just stand here and hope your dogs attack. Like that. Let's get closer. Barioth does have trip mechanics on his arm brakes and on his head brake. Or you can just do this. Like that. So we got that leg break after the KO ended, which is probably the ideal way to juggle your control against this monster. Oh, I missed the arm. Oh, dang it, it still got me. The iframes on the on that like charge wire bug attack do not last very long, but you can use them to iframe through stuff like that. It's just very difficult. He is tripping a lot though. Thank you to the exhaust file here. I'm just gonna put this on the ground and hope the dogs jump right on top of me. Perfect. 1 and 2. It's gotta kind of get used to how the fights go. Like really, you can kind of see that the end game routing doesn't really exist, right? It's all just get used to how to do the fights. And when I tell you getting better at the fights is like the biggest part of progression, it really is. And you can practice all of these and you can just like jump right back in with the same armor set. Like you can do it and just jump right back into it. The only thing that's going to change is your money. After this, it is going to be... Oh, we needed to change our weapon too. So we're going to switch back to water for Rathian. And, you know, you can just do that right here too if you forget. Manage equipment change, right? You just need to switch it to an ore. Oh, I think I didn't do that right. There we go. I don't know what I did. That's okay. I think I accidentally tried to equip the same one twice. Rathian, I'm going to show you guys the bad spawn location because I just got the good spawn. But in case you get a not good spawn, there is another great wire bug location that you can go to instead. Oh yeah, that's right. You can go to it this way. Sometimes she spawns on the other side of the map. Just remember that this exists. There's this hallway right here and that spirit bug launch. You can put one here and it will take you all the way to the very top of the map, or pretty close to it. So if you get the spawn location where she's all the way in the northern part, you want to take this. I just wanted to point that out because if I don't, you will run there. And so now that I have pointed it out, maybe you won't, and I hope you don't, because oh my gosh, running all that way is very, very sad, especially when you're on PB pace. That kind of saves it. You only end up losing like 20 seconds instead. But yeah, just remember that exists. Butterflame right here. We'll actually hit it this time and not forget it. And there is a wire bug that's in this area too. So if you want an extra wire bug, I believe it is right behind this tree. So I just kind of want to be close to her just to build up my gauge. And Rathian has a super susceptible like head hit zone. All right, good. She gave me good AI. Nope, I got a flinch. Ow. Can you not be in the air? Can you stop being in the air? Thank you. Game's also really cool sometimes. You get to do cool stuff like that. You can't do that in World. I don't know what just happened to me there, but it just knocked me off. It did not like me being on that. Like I said, you can't do that in World. All right, so this is a Wyvern ride, but I'm not going to take it because now that is optional, and we do not want this Wyvern ride, and that now becomes a DPS window. Still just keeping an eye out for the blue icon. Kuliaku is here. Kuliaku is gone. Good stagger. I'm actually going to put down a shock here. And that's why, because she likes to run away. Just going to craft another one before we fast travel here. That's the nice thing is that I've been like taking as many, you know, I've been grabbing the easy thunderbugs along the routing just to make sure that I have enough to do that. Just so we can keep on keeping on with using shot traps too, because shot traps are nice. Yo, Dengaku. Shoutouts to one of the fastest speedrunners for this game. All right. So now we have Tobi Kadachi. I don't like this fight with Switch Axe. Also, I want to point out something here. I'm actually going to cancel this. We, at that point, when we've done 3 of these key quests in 4-star, we unlock special license tests. When the game first came out, it would default you to that. So it was really obnoxious because you had to remember to down input once, and I would just never do it, and I'd be like launching whatever this is every single time. Now they just default you to the village quest, which is insanely nice of them. I'm just double checking my notes here. Yep, there's nothing else really to do here. We're actually coming up to like the very end of this run. There's only 3 hunts left. So we're getting very close to the end. And I hope I can show off the fun movement here. I can, yay. All right, so we're gonna get on the dog, jump, jump. 1 and 2. Just try to get up here. And eat a demon drug. Eat a demon drug, please. There we go. Actually, I don't even think I want that. It's okay. But you can slide down this whole... Oh, you actually can't go through there, huh? You can slide down this whole thing. Can you please, like... walk? Tobi Kadachi is in this area. Where? I don't know. There he is. But that area is up there if you want to get back here to area 12 quickly. Connect to the head, nice. And I'm trying to aim for the head just because I am dealing KO damage. Don't win this. Go stand in front of that. Yeah, that one hits me. All right, there's our KO. And once again, just keeping an eye. Trying to do that. Uh-oh. What'd you... That's always unfortunate. The dogs can like flinch you out of like repositions and stuff like that. And then I just get hit by follow-up because of it. There we go. There's one, there's two. We're just gonna put this on the ground right here and hope he runs into it. There is a butterflame right there. So if you think you need it, you can grab it. Oh, good, you're doing good attacks. I actually got really lucky on AI right there because he can just run around the map and just not be in the trap. You can wire bug to this. It is a little bit faster. Oh my gosh, if you're aimed correctly. And I'm just going to stay in the tent because I don't think I have enough time to do fanfare skip. So this is also the things, right? This is the add-ons category. I am taking so little damage because we're using a high rank armor set. It is completely legal for this category, and there is a category that doesn't allow it, as well as everything else. That is also to say, you can also speedrun this game in any way you like. You do not have to speedrun the game in the way that everyone else does or what the leaderboard rules say. But I'm taking so little damage because we have... what's my defense stat? 319 defense in low rank. This is the black belt S, so this is the high rank version of it. Which is legal for this category. And this is, like I said, this is a very beginner friendly, really good entry level Monster Hunter speedrun. So like if you're ever interested in learning a Monster Hunter game, this is a great one to learn on. So once again, just finding where the monster is and knowing where resources are on the way. You can grab that wire bug. I believe there's another one on the way, though. Want to jump there. And remember, monsters do have 3 different spawns. There's a butterflame in this area, but it's too slow. So we're just going to run all the way up. And I'm pretty sure there's one in here, but it's also just like not worth it. This guy takes a lot of... Like, this guy's very easy. Oh, he's like right next to it. All right, we'll grab it. Yeah, so if he spawns over here, just grab it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to walk ourselves into him and put down a trap. We're going to put down the pitfall. And we're going to use this as an opening against him. And ideally, we get a KO while he is still in this. The Sunbreak speedrun's like 8 hours long. If I remember correctly. All right, already cap ready. This fight is very fast. 1 and 2. Remember, we want to craft our shock trap again, right? Because those are materials that are in our inventory, not in our box. And this isn't even the fastest weapon. There are much faster weapons than Switch Axe. Switch Axe is the one that I like to use. You see the fanfare skip's a little bit slower there because I wasn't on the wire bug. So like if you know you aren't going to have enough time to have the wire bug extended for fanfare, you can just stay in the tent. This is the last one. This is the last hunt. This is it. This is the last one of Magnum Mallow %, which is a low rank speedrun, right? And a very approachable one, a very fun one. It's really fun to optimize this. But this is Comeuppance. Comeuppance has a lot of different has 3 different spawn locations. 2 of them are very good because it takes you right next to like resources that you want to get. So you just have to really pay attention to what you need here, and you really want to make sure that you have your pitfall and your shock trap, right? Like you want to make sure you have both of these because you can use them to your advantage. I like using the pitfall to start the quest and cap with the shock trap because the shock trap goes down a little bit faster. There's also, remember, we're going to be fighting in the Shrine Ruins, so there's the Thunderbug, and you want to make sure you hit a Butterflame. All right, the last one. So time is coming up. Tutorial time is coming up. Oh, well, look, we got the very far spawn location. Sad. Yeah, we can go this way and hit the Butterflame in Area 9. And if you like need a flash bug right there, you can grab one. If you need a thunder bug, you can grab one on your way this way too. Remember, there's the one on top of the shrine up here. Just remember, like, there are ways to recover if you're missing materials, which is very, very nice for this speed run. Especially when you get to this point, you're like, oh no, I don't have like a shock trap for this. You can just grab it really quick. I actually also like the spawn location because I get to show off this. We can grab that Butterflame. We can grab this Thunder Beetle. And I think this is a little bit slower than just using wire bugs, but honestly, you could just go up the wall right here. Okay, thanks, dog. I also hate fighting in this area, so this will be fun. Like I said, I like to start this fight out with a pitfall, so we're just going to rub ourselves against him really quick. Put down the pitfall. And then I'm going to hold that Thunder Beetle for after this. Nice aerial topple there. KO. And so remember, Magnum Mallow does have have multiple topple effects. When his arms are growing and you break them, that is a topple effect, right? So like now, we can target his arms and get a topple that way. Oh, looks like we didn't break it, though. I want to be in here. And he is cap ready. The time is coming up. Probably going to get hit here. That's okay. Just want to try to make sure that you survive. Just kind of hard to not, and time. And that's it. That's Magnum Mallow %. And you too can do it that fast. Probably faster by watching this tutorial. But yeah, that's it. That's why I think this one's like really approachable. My cat just knocked something off of my kitchen counter. That's why I think this one's super approachable. It's a really short category, but it feels very, I don't know, it feels very like Monster Hunter authentic. And I always like to show this with add-ons first because it's very just like learn the route and learn the fights. And then like once that becomes like manageable for you, once that becomes second nature for you, you can take that, right? Remove the add-ons portion. And then now you're doing no add-ons, which you're just using whatever the game's going to give you. Which, like, when I was doing this with no add-ons, I was, like, trying to get Bone and Acnosome and doing my best to fight these things with very, very few resources. And it's fun. It's just longer fights. But if you like that, that is another, like, level of the challenge for you. I don't know if you guys hear my cat. He is going nuts right now. But yeah, thank you. That's... You can hear him? Yeah. He's been activated. It's the kitty cat hour. But yeah, thank you guys. This has been Monster Hunter Rise Magnum Mallow % with add-ons. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me on the Monster Hunter Speedrunning Discord. That's the MHSR Discord, which there's a link in speedrun.com. Always reach out to me or any of the other runners. I do want to shout out really quick the Japanese speedrunning community that has been tearing this game apart. Dengaku, who was in chat, Moss TKM, and Ketsumomo have been absolutely destroying this game. They got the first 3 sub-hour runs. The last time I ran this game I had an hour 5. So getting a sub hour in this is insane. And Ketsumomo just set another world record with 52 minutes and I think like 36 seconds, but it was 52 minutes, which is insane.
That's
Absolutely cool to me.
Yeah, that's wild.
I think that is, and I think it's approachable too. I think sub hour is possible for a lot of people. It's just putting in that work and understanding your weapon, and you can kind of see. I'm already saying when I'm menuing over to the pitfall, I'm already like, okay, the monster's kind of close. I'm just waiting for the blue icon. You can go further and script out this damage. Be like, okay, after 2 ZSDs and like 3 hits, it's ready. So after a ZSD and 5 hits, I'm going to put a trap down, trank, and then I'm just going to go for my last ZSD, right? And then now you can script out fights. And so there is a really, really, really high skill ceiling for doing these fights fast. And I really think a lot of people can do this. And it's fun, right? This is a fun, fast, approachable speedrun.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking about that a little on the break. Like, it looks like it has an incredibly high ceiling, but the floor is also so low that, like, you can just jump right in, and then you have a really nice foundation to get to that ceiling where you can practice everything and get to that skill level, which is...
Yep, exactly.
That's amazing in a speed game. And it's also...
I think so, too.
And the game just looks really fun to play. Just like even the menuing looks clean. So
I always think that's so funny too, because it's like a lot of people are like, don't talk about a menu when you're like menuing when you're trying to sell video games. Like, no, you don't understand. This
you
is
don't
like
understand.
Butter. This is
the best
great
menu I have ever seen in my life.
This is the best menu in any game that I've ever speedran.
Yeah.
Just like ever. Oh, it feels so good. No, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. And Church, thank you so much for having me, and thank you guys for letting me show this off to you. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, and thank you so much for being on and sharing your knowledge. Super passionate and knowledgeable, and it's always great to have runners like you on to teach their game. So thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, of course.
With that said, I don't want to keep you here too long, and we do have more content coming up, so just a quick reminder before we get on with Express Lane. We do have prize submissions live for Awesome Games Done Quick, as well as tournament and panel submissions. So if you want to submit any prizes, panels, tournaments, you can go to gamesdonequick.com just gamesdonequick.com for more information. With that said, we're going to take a quick break while Express Lane gets ready. Thank you again, Joel.
Yep, thank you.